Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 4 of the Rewatch Podcast, presented by the Terrible Video Gamers Club. I'm your host, Tyler Schatz, master of film viewing. Joining me for Season 4 of the podcast is one Stephen Howard.
Who was really trying to mash together the three movies that I had, and it did not work. I'm sorry, viewer.
Amanda Howard.
Yeah, ditto.
One Nick Castillo.
Terrible scenes and movie themes. Oh, I got
One Josh Cox.
Hey, gang.
At last, but never ever the least, Gary Delaney.
I have mixed emotions about this podcast. Excited to watch some people's suggestions, and terrified that there might be historical references and learning.
Learning. Specifically
Always
mentioned.
Gary,
You don't like learning?
Steven is
Gary
going to try to make me learn something.
I feel like Gary and my movies are going to be the diametrically opposed movies.
Oh.
We're going to have north and south ends of this magnet, and we just...
So, dear listener, in case you haven't picked up, we are back here again for what we call Episode 0, our introduction episode to the podcast, where this season we have decided to, haven't quite come up with the official full name of it yet, but basically just throwing out some suggestions for movies that we think others haven't seen. And I know, JC, when you and I have talked about this season previously, you have a better explanation for it than I can ever surmise. So could you hit us up with what that is?
Sure. Essentially, as we were kind of talking about potential next things to do for a podcast, I believe Stephen came up with the idea first of just kind of saying like, hey, what if we brought up some movies that other people maybe haven't seen? Let's share like something that is near and dear to us with the rest of the podcast. And I like the concept of that. It's the way that you can kind of show what you really enjoy in media and learn about others through their picks as well. So we've then gathered essentially around 3 movies. Some of us apparently have more ready to go here, but we'll bring those up and kind of just discuss the concepts of them high level and see if anybody's really seen or watched most of them yet, kind of get a read of the room. And from there, we'll make our selections of the 6 movies that we'll then watch throughout the season.
So not necessarily our favorite movies, but movies that are hidden gems.
Hidden gems. Yeah,
So
very well
we'd
put.
classify as hidden gems. Yep. Not necessarily cult hits or anything like that. Just Gary's hidden gems. Not a porno.
I did not
That
bring one
sounds
of
like a
Gary's
porno.
hidden gems, to be clear.
Totally sounds like a porno.
All right. Does anyone want to take the bullet and go first?
You know, as the person who suggested it, I will take
Gary,
that bullet.
when you point in a podcast, we have no idea who you're pointing to.
The order changes based on individual viewer. Yes.
Yeah, Gary, you're at the top of mine, so you're pointing at everybody.
It's like a Brady Bunch situation, but Brady Bunch is all fucked.
So it sounded like Steven was trying to fall on that sword and go first there. So
That is a true statement. All right, so I came up with 3 movies, and actually I had my first movie here in mind when I suggested this, because I was kind of thinking of like, this is such a good movie. I enjoy this movie so much, and nobody has even heard of it so much as watched it. How do I get everyone to watch it? And that's kind of where I started thinking of like, well, let's suggest movies that no one has heard of. And that is how I got to the movie Primary Colors, a 1998 political drama and comedy. It is basically, and you'll figure this out very quickly, it's an ill, disguised dramatization of Bill Clinton's run for the presidency, but as in the primary stages. So he's only running against, if anyone doesn't know, Bill Clinton was a Democrat. So he's only running against Democrats. He's running for the Democratic ticket. And it's the drama that comes in with his role. It is very funny. It is kind of heartrending, and I will immediately it is technically an R-rated movie, but is an R-rated movie from 1997, so it's basically a PG-rated movie nowadays. the biggest thing that it does have in there is it does have a instance of self-harm, where someone drives a car and it ends poorly. Yeah, but that
no
is
nudity, no violence. How long is it?
no nudity, no violence. It is
You
2
don't have the-
hours and 23 minutes.
Oh, I was gonna make a comment like, what, you don't know the exact length, and you had it. You had the running time.
I do. I have it all right here. I really enjoy. I watched this movie first in actually government class in high school. My government teacher made me watch it. And fun fact: I got a 70 on the quiz for the thing because my mind, as you all know, does not remember character names. So when they asked me who was the main character, I went Bill Clinton. And guess what? His name is not fucking Bill Clinton. So I did not get that right. But it made a huge
It's
impact
crazy
on
that
me.
you remember the score you got on a test in high school.
I was upset. I loved the movie so much, and I got a 70 on it. It felt like I didn't even watch it. But I can't remember names. I cannot remember names. But yeah, I guess it left a big impression on me, politically and kind of just how people operate to get what they perceive as the best for everyone, and how political operators can make you feel different ways as you move into their orbit, and how powerful their aura is. And it was very eye-opening for me, and it's something that I've never heard anyone talk about before. So I guess my first question: has anyone even heard of Primary Colors before?
Me.
No.
Hey,
I have
I'm
not
pretty
seen
sure
it.
I've
By
seen it.
choice.
Yes. Your wife must have seen it. You must
No,
have
she has
forced
not.
her through it.
I have too seen it.
no, I
Did I
only
pay
bought
attention to it? No.
it. When did you see it? Was
Not
this
with
without?
you.
Okay,
Yes,
fair enough.
like in the background, not paying attention to it, but yes, I've seen it and heard people similar to you talking about what an amazing movie it was.
She did have a life before she met you.
And then
She
Nick,
also
I
had a
saw.
government class.
Yeah, right.
To be honest, when you said that, I thought to myself in my head, "Is that the one with Travolta?" Like
Yes,
I
it
haven't
is.
I haven't seen it, and I looked it up just really quick. I haven't seen it, but I remember the cover art for it. I did not know. I thought that he was playing a president. I didn't know anything about it. It was actually supposed to be a take on Clinton.
John Travolta, Billy Bob Thornton, Emma Thompson. Who are the other major actors? I'm looking for the Diane Ladd. Yeah, just Kathy Bates. A whole bunch of really, really good actors and actresses.
Kathy Bates. Mom always said the alligators are ornery because they got so many teeth and no toothbrush. Sorry,
So, yeah.
Kathy Bates is amazing, but it's just like sad that like my introduction to Kathy Bates is the Water Boy. And not Misery, which apparently is like
I'll say you need to see Misery, my friend.
Oscar nominated, and I know her from like an Adam Sandler comedy.
Well,
Anyway,
that is my first, and that is the one that I'm recommending. My second one goes back even further in time. This movie came out in 1963, The Great Escape. It is I knew Nick had seen it, but it is absolutely one of my favorite movies. It is the story of the escape from Stalag Luft 3, which is in World War II. A bunch of American and British and Canadian aviators tried to get out of a camp, and it is a story of them digging these tunnels out of a camp. And it is a fantastic watch. And I guess my big thing here to look out for would be there is a couple scenes of violence in here, but it is 1963 violence. So it's like you see the machine gun firing, you do not see the people falling necessarily.
I'm intrigued by The Great Escape. I've heard of it. Never
Yeah,
taken the dive.
I agree. It's also one that I'd heard of before, but just never ended up watching it.
How long is that movie? I assume 1963. It's a shorter movie
Nope,
by
longer.
cinema standard.
2 hours, 52 minutes.
Steve
It
McQueen.
is nearly 3 hours. Steve McQueen is in it. I didn't know who Steve McQueen was.
The car? Oh, that's lightning. All right, sorry.
We had to watch Great Escape in school for something. We only watched like certain portions because of the long running time. I remember the teacher saying something like that because we did try to convince them like that we could just watch the whole thing, and they said no.
I will say, out of all my 3 movies, this is the highest rated. Is 8.2 on IMDb. It has a pretty good rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It is an overall very, very highly rated movie, and I would not be sad to have this one picked. It is still I enjoy the hell out of it, and would enjoy watching it again and getting everyone's take. I guess that being said, I heard Amanda, Nick seen it. Has anyone else seen it?
I have not.
Okay.
I will mention it's been a while. I don't remember all the details for it, just the overall.
Oh, you haven't memorized it? You don't have it carved into your head like I do?
No.
Oh, man. Do I remember the names of the people? Fuck no, but I remember the entire plot. And then my last movie, going a little bit forward in time, from 1977, A Bridge Too Far. A Bridge Too Far is the story of the Allies' attempt to capture, basically, this is after Operation Overlord, which was D-Day in World War II. Well, one of the D-Days, the D-Day that everyone knows in World War II. And this is called Operation Market Garden, where they parachuted, biggest parachute operation ever to happen in history. And it goes south for the Allies very quickly. And it is basically a movie of watching how everything, these slight miscues, all stack up. And in the end of the day, the objective they are trying to take, which is end the war by Christmas, is just a bridge too far. This one, obviously, violence, there's explosions. I think you might see blood. No, you don't. You do not see blood. You see the machine gun, bullets pop up around people, and they'll make a dramatic gesture, but I don't think you actually see blood.
Intriguing.
All right.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Nick, have you seen it?
It was another one that's sorry. Yeah, no, it was another one that I had heard good things about, and I remember hearing that it's a great war film. I just haven't seen it. I remember, want to say it was what came on before Top Gun on the VHS rip of 3 movies that my parents had. So I remember seeing it and fast forward as I got to Top Gun after I would rewind the whole tape.
Amanda,
Never
have you
did
ever
actually
seen
sit and watch it.
No, it sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, big names in this one, by the way. Major big names. Sean Connery. You have Gene Hackman. You have Jeremy Kemp. You have I already said Sean Connery. Who is the? Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of really big names.
Is Robert Redford in here?
Robert
I say
Redford.
it looks like Robert
Yes.
Redford on the picture. I
Robert
pulled up.
Redford. That's the name I was trying to remember.
James Caan.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yes, Anthony Hopkins. Thank you. Like, this is star-studded before these people became real big stars, because these guys all don't play massive roles. They all play sort of each okay bit roles.
What is the runtime of this movie?
This movie, my friend, is 2 hours and 55 minutes.
Wow, you picked real. Is it you had 3, right?
I had 3.
All over 2-hour movies, all R-rated.
No, actually, A Bridge Too Far is PG rated. I don't know how. The Great Escape is rated approved. That is the rating system they had at that time. And then Primary Colors is rated R.
Approved meaning that it's not made by communists, right?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
We have confirmed that this is in fact a movie approved.
All right.
But yeah,
And then
those
just
are the 3 really good movies that I would recommend.
In terms of talking about like a well-made World War II movie with a star-studded cast, have you seen The Thin Red Line? Would you
Yes.
compare it in tone, etc., to that?
would say the Thin Red Line is probably a bit more dark than these other movies. The
Sure.
other movies have a more. They have their dark moments. They have very dark moments. Don't get me wrong. But the overall tone of the movie is much lighter, and it's much more about the can-do attitude of the Allies. Even though, spoiler alert, in both movies they end up failing.
Well, now we can't watch
So-
them because we
Right.
know the answers.
No.
So
You
I
know, they
ruined it.
fail. So Steven has a political intrigue, an escape movie, and a frontline war movie. I guess I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we didn't do Civil War. I commend you for not suggesting the Civil War.
I turned away from the Civil War movie. I could have recommended Gettysburg, the uncut version of Gettysburg that I have, and that I know no one else here has seen, which is, I think, a 4.5-hour movie.
Our listeners
Man,
So,
how
can't
many
hear.
times have you seen Gettysburg?
apparently it doesn't count if I'm in the background paying attention to it like passively, because he's like, yeah, no one's seen this, and I'm like, I guess I'm nothing here. It's true I haven't been actively paying attention to them, but you do glean insights.
And then just for the audience benefit, we are going with primary colors from your recommendation.
All right. Okay.
Or
Was that? I would leave that up to you guys. That is my primary recommendation, but I would not be sad to see any of these ones.
Even once a vote.
I'd be happy to watch any of them. So
I'm open.
Me too.
All right.
Well,
Gary's like,
Steven.
it's the shortest
Gary
one,
was
so
like,
yes.
I didn't write down. I wrote down the names of all three. I didn't write down the. I don't know. Like it is a. I like '90s movies. I like John Travolta. He's a little crazy, but it happens.
all right.
The fact that you said it's a comedy was intriguing to me. Like none, I had a couple comedies in my honorable mentions, but neither of my three are comedies in my opinion. And so I thought, oh, it'd be interesting, balance it out a little bit, knowing only obviously what I wrote, and since he went first, what his options are. So I'm fine with that as well.
All right.
All right.
Who wants to volunteer to go second? All right. I can volunteer to go second here then. Let everybody else take a little bit more time.
Good man.
Okay. The first movie that I'm going to save the movie that I'm really actually suggesting for last year. The first movie that comes to mind whenever I want to recommend movies to people is the movie Accepted. It is basically a movie where it's framed around an average high schooler, doesn't get into a college that he wants to get into, and he needs to do something for the year to kind of get his parents off his back. So what does he do? He starts a fake college with his friends and stuff like that.
that is a great movie.
I was about to say, I've seen that movie a lot. It's a great movie.
I've seen it.
Okay.
Oh.
That was like one of my like first 5 DVDs that I just randomly owned before like the $5 bin became a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Nick,
I
JC,
think
have you
Nick
seen
has
it?
not seen it.
Yes, I've seen it.
I've been trying to get Nick to watch it for years.
Oh my god!
I
The
haven't.
only one here that hasn't seen it. That's like homework for you now.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, it definitely is in the golden age of like DVD like comedies.
I saw this
Golden
movie
age
in
of TV.
theaters.
So
I
good.
remembered it from seeing it
Did
in
you
theaters.
really?
Yeah. It stars Justin Long, Jonah Hill, Blake Lively. Lewis Black is in there as well too, and Lewis Black is by far my favorite comedian there. But like Gary was kind of leaning towards there, it's definitely in like that golden age of like late 90s, early 2000s comedy movies. And this one was even only rated PG-13.
Really?
It has like a couple of scenes of like definitely like sexualized women and everything like that, but like there's only ever 2 fucks uttered throughout the movie, and they bleep the second one just to keep it underneath that PG-13 rating there. That movie for
I think
Gary.
that was the golden age of DVD commentary. Was like PG-13 is what everyone shoots for.
Commentary?
Who listens to commentary besides Gary?
What? Why are you talking shit?
I never listened to DVD comment. I've never listened to a
No,
movie's
I
commentary.
said like PG-13 is like what movies try to get to. And if you watch the commentary, you're like, oh, we have to cut out this many fucks and shits to get to PG-13.
You said golden age of DVD commentary. Nobody listens to commentary but you.
DVD comedy. I meant comedy. Sorry.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
And then for Gary's benefit, this movie was 93 minutes long.
Hour and a half.
Is it? Can I ask a question? Is it very akin to like Old School with like Will Ferrell?
Old School, I would say, is more in like, it's not really raunchy, but it's more in the raunchy category. Whereas Accepted is, I think, it's more of a smarter comedy, really. There,
Clever. It's very clever.
It is. It's
Like,
very quotable. Stephen and I
At
used to
one
quote
point,
it
they
all the
have
time.
the fantastic line in there of, "Why are we just sitting here playing Halo? We're not playing Halo. We are learning the dire consequences of civilization when diplomacy fails. We are learning political science, my friend."
Mm-hmm.
That's of course what Stephen thinks of it. I just love the
Goddamn
randomly
right.
quoting at each other.
Yep.
Whenever
As
I don't
is-
know what I'm doing in the kitchen, I just yell at something, "What are you?" as well.
So that would be a general suggestion to the audience. Like,
Yep.
if you don't
Yes.
want to go along with our bullshit, watch Accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listener, if you have not watched this, please watch this.
Yes, do us
Yeah.
all a favor and find this movie and watch it. All right. Second suggestion here, which I don't think very many people have seen it because I've barely ever heard of this movie until it was gifted to me one time on VHS. It's the movie Black Dog from 1998 starring Patrick Swayze. To set this up, basically, at some point in time, Tyler went through a phase of like driving trucks and stuff like that, and like I'm still kind of doing that in video games and stuff now too, of like truck driving and all of that stuff. So it stars Patrick Swayze, the country singer Randy Travis, the singer Meatloaf, and there's a couple other people you'll see throughout the movie, like, oh, I kind of remember him and stuff like that. Basically, what it is an old ex-con who gets hired to do one last ride or one last driving of transporting stuff, and he doesn't realize that it's got guns in the back of the truck there. So it's like driving across country, trying not to get pulled over by the cops because he doesn't technically have a license to drive anymore and everything. He's doing it for his family. They're getting behind on bills and stuff like that. Like one of those like late 90s tropes there of like, oh, we're so behind on rent and everything like that. We got to do this one last job to secure our future and everything like that.
Of course, it's Tyler. It's all about family.
Yes.
All about family.
This one was rated, what was this? I think this was rated R. Has some violence in there. Definitely some swearing and stuff like that. Oh, this one only comes in at 89 minutes, so even shorter than Accepted. PG-13 was the rating on this one, too. All right. Final movie, the movie that I am going to suggest, which I am surprised I think some people actually guessed it here, is 1982's classic, The Beastmaster. So this movie falls into the category of the 80s movies that were really heavily into like sword and sorcery, high fantasy and stuff like that, in the vein of like Conan and everything like that. The running joke way back when on HBO is like Dennis Miller used to say HBO stood for "Hey, Beastmaster's on," because it was like just constantly played over and over on the channel there. I don't know what happened. Like I ended up, I think, watching it at one time on TBS because my dad told me to watch it or something like that, and it for whatever reason it stuck with me, and like it's one of my all-time favorite movies there to watch. It's to set up kind of the premise here. I'll just kind of read off what IMDb gives because it's kind of pretty good. There is just a sword and sorcery fantasy about a young man's search for revenge. Armed with supernatural powers, the handsome hero and his animal allies wage war against marauding forces. The cast is basically the top three people are, well, the fourth guy I kind of know too, but like the top three people that I really know is Mark Singer, who plays the lead actor. Tanya Roberts is the damsel in the movie there, and she's more famous from my knowledge of Midge in That 70s Show, if you've seen that. And then Rip Torn plays the bad guy.
I honestly can say I've never even heard of that show or movie, I should say.
I also probably seen it in a similar, like, it on reruns, TBS sort of thing.
So you
I
have
know he's
seen
a
it, Gary?
ferret. Yeah, he has a ferret. I remember correctly.
2 ferrets.
Master of a Beast.
Spoiler.
Animal Allies, I heard. Yeah.
Amanda, have you
Never
seen
heard of it.
it? Okay.
No,
And then
never
I
heard
know
of it.
Nick has never seen it because this is on a
I
list.
haven't
only
seen
way-
it. Tyler has mentioned it to me a couple times as a movie that's a favorite of his, and it's just never grabbed me because I haven't like looked up stills or like learned much about it. But it sounds interesting. Sci-fi, high fantasy, sorcery stuff is also in my wheelhouse, so I'd be intrigued.
Sounds fun.
Did you have something, JC?
I don't remember much.
I know that it's a favorite of yours, and I just have it very much having seen like growing up in a household that loved Arnold Schwarzenegger. I saw Conan a bunch. That my dad just had it on, and it was not my type of movie. So even just it seemed like one of those types of movies as well. And so even with you comparing it to it, it was just not my usual forte. But I'm happy to give it a shot.
For Gary's benefit. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, knowing that it's one of your favorite movies, I was figuring it was probably going to be one of the suggestions. So I've yeah.
And
I've always had a desire to watch it, knowing that you regard it highly. Just never took the time.
I will fully too. When we come up to watching this movie, don't set your expectations up very high just because I like it. It's a movie.
This isn't high art like the Fast and the Furious.
It's a 100%.
It's a movie of
AAA.
it's a movie of the time. The budget is reflective of the time and everything like that. It is. They did what they could with what they had there, pretty much. Gary.
It did get a sequel, right?
It had 2 sequels and a spin-off TV show. I have yet to buy the TV show because every time I look for it, it's like $50, $60. And I'm like, I can't spend that much money on this thing. Runtime is 118 minutes. And so funny enough, this is rated PG. It should not be rated PG because I think this came out. The story is always basically like, what was it? Temple of Doom is the reason we have PG-13. So this came out before Temple of Doom. There is a scene somewhat early on where there is definitely a woman's breasts are exposed. So be mindful of that there. And then like there's the usual like sword sorcery kind of like people fighting with swords. You see cuts from blood and stuff like that, but I don't think it like gets too serious of like limb decapitation or anything like that. But and there was kind of sort of a torture thing there, but it's all kind of part of the plot too. So just and there is one scene too about a baby transference there, but it's not really that gross.
That sounds amazing.
But
I just remember the ferrets.
yeah,
That's all I remember. Is just this dude with a sword, and he's got 2 ferrets, and like, just like, what makes it different than Conan Barbarian? Well, this guy's got 2 fucking ferrets.
yes. So
Gary, if this movie has nothing to do with ferrets, I'm going to feel grossly misled.
Right? I'm going to be very upset.
so that is my suggestion there.
I like that suggestion personally. It sounds like a movie that I would enjoy watching. And I've never heard of it, so I would be very interested in watching.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
All right. Who is going to be lucky number 3?
I guess I could go third. I did mine in a different way, and that was as Tyler and everyone hates my movies that I select, I determined that the best way to introduce them was by specifically telling the critics' reviews, specifically because some of these have like very, very hidden box reviews of like got very good reviews for the cover art, and then being like if you look at their IMDb rating, they're absolutely shit. So, and then some were good. So the first movie, rated PG-13, 125 minutes, made in 1997.
Do you want us to click
Siskel
on
and
the
Ebert
spoiler
give
tag?
Yep. Spoiler 1. I'm just reading these excellent things he got. Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs up. Joel Siegel of Good Morning America said, "Hold your breath, action." LA Daily News said, "Spectacular. It never stops moving, and man, it's fun."
Okay.
It is.
I think this is going to. Are we just fully guessing the movie? I was just going to say this feels like this is highlighting how much
the movie. I guess I'll give that as an option.
Speed.
Can you guess the movie?
But otherwise, I would just say like this. these critic blurbs mean nothing ever. I
Yeah,
think this is going to
I
highlight
find
that.
them for anything.
Speed 2, because Gary has been
Cruise
dying to
Control.
have us watch Speed 2.
Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Is it?
Is it really?
That's awesome.
It's literally the name of the movie. It's
Oh my
Speed 2
God.
Cruise Control.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I know,
awesome.
I know that's the name of the
Gary
movie.
suggested it. That's
The second movie, you can click
Whoa,
into
whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa,
Rated
whoa. Can I
R,
ask-
like
can I-
100.
hold on. Can I ask questions about
Okay.
that first movie real
Has
quick?
anyone? Oh yeah,
Do you
I forgot.
need to-
Has
whoa,
anyone
whoa, whoa.
seen Speed 2?
Like very little bits on TV. Yeah.
But like I've only seen it like once, maybe twice, and I do not remember very much about that movie at all. I think you told me William Dafoe is in it. And I'm like, he is?
it's on a boat.
That's about
Can I
it.
ask, do I need to have seen Speed 1?
No.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
You should watch
No.
Speed 1 if you haven't, but
You should watch Speed 1. The secondary character, the Sandra Bullock of the first movie, her character exists in the second movie, but Keanu Reeves did not want to be in Speed 2.
I
So
say
that's why
it's
she has
not
a new
right.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
So Tyler and Nick have seen it. Hey, JC, have you seen it?
Vague bits. Like I could maybe put together a rough trailer concept in my head, but yeah, that's all I got left.
Stephen and Amanda, I assume you haven't
Nope.
been graced with this
Nope.
sort of magic.
We have not. We are graceless.
Okay. Well, as a couple of you have seen it, I might move to a movie that maybe people haven't seen. Any other thoughts? Otherwise, I'll move to movie number 2. Okay, movie number 2, rated R, length 141 minutes, year 2006. USA Today said winning, hilarious, heartwarming. Baltimore Sun said you won't see the brighter, truer affirmation of an all-American, messed up improvisational family than insert movie name. Newsweek, this indie, a sweet, tart, smart satire about a family of losers in a world obsessed with winning is an authentic crowd pleaser. There's been no more satisfying American comedy in years.
Is this one of those American Christmas movies or whatever they're called?
American. He means
Oh.
American Pie, but like it's an American.
No,
Christmas.
not
No,
American
yeah,
Pie.
like a National Lampoon movie.
That
like
one.
The
That one.
Christmas Vacation.
It
and
is
those stuff.
not
Yeah,
a
Vacation.
National Lampoon movie.
Christmas Vacation wouldn't have been 2006.
Yeah, 2006.
No.
is-
That's got Chevy Chase.
uh,
I also
Family
want to point
Stone?
out.
That's a classic movie, but it's not really heartwarming. Is what's throwing me off. Hilarious.
The-
It's quite
Yeah,
good.
the description sounds like a movie that I have on my list, but it's from 2004, so I know it's not that. So
All I can think of is The Family Stone. That's got Rachel McAdams in it.
I'm just upset,
Good movie.
honestly, that the fact that he has the movie 1 length as 125 minutes and the movie 2 length as 1 hour and 41 minutes because he couldn't fucking keep it standard.
Our
One
good
of them
friend
I
Gary
took on the
Many
back
things.
of the box because
Consistency
I have
is not
Speed
one.
2 in my hands, and this movie is with I lent it to Tyler. So, this movie is Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've heard of this.
That is a
Yeah.
good one.
I've watched that. It's good.
I've seen
I've
that.
not seen it.
Very funny.
Amanda's seen it. JC's
Really good.
seen it.
Yeah,
Nick's seen
seen
it. Tyler.
I've
Maybe.
heard of it, but that's it.
I've heard of it too, but
It's
that's
really
it. I want to
What's-
see it.
Okay.
What's the grandpa's name? Alan Arkin, right? I'm thinking of the right
I
one.
think so. Yeah.
He was yeah.
Okay. So general prognosis
Sounds
is that most of you have seen it. Probably more.
I don't
than-
remember all of it, but yeah.
I can tell
They're
you
in the van
a lot of
the whole
scenes
way.
from it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Gary,
the one.
real quick, before we get to movie 3, can you please make sure that your movie length is like 1.31 hours?
You have to say it in a different form than the other two.
Yes. Every format needs to be unique. The moment you repeat a format, you have to end your list.
0.05 of a day.
In fact, if you could use a different like time measuring unit,
It's no
0.001
Sorry,
AU.
Okay, movie 1 and 5, I have the boxes, and on the back of movie boxes, it specifically just says minutes. If you go to IMDb or I think I was on Metacritic. It's like hours and minutes. I'm sorry, not everyone agrees on how movie time is measured. Time is relative.
12 sundial clicks in a 3-hour period.
All right, do we get to click on movie 3 now?
Movie number 3, rated PG, an hour and 49 minutes. Year 2003. Film Thread. This is a feel-good movie, but not in the bad way. It makes you feel good in a way that Forrest Gump made you feel good, as this filmmaker is seriously trying to make fun, wholesome, entertaining movie without taking the industry with moral agenda. Baltimore Sun. Entertaining, thrilling, honest, sentimental. It is an equal opportunity crowd pleaser. Christian Science Monitor. Smart, entertaining, almost every step of the way. Wall Street Journal. Mr. McCann's style lurches between lyrical and fantastical. Flashbacks of the clumsy antics, and Mr. Olsen's performance is woefully stiff and unimpressive.
Oh.
Inexpressive.
Inexpressive.
For a brief moment there, I was like Battlefield Earth, but then I was like, no. And the Wall Street Journal kind of canceled that out there. And then being honest,
Did you say Battlefield Earth?
Yeah. Christian's
I tried,
Science Monitor.
honestly, Battlefield Earth is a movie I've tried to watch, and I'm just like, I couldn't even make it.
Is it Battleship?
I was like,
Please tell me it's Battleship.
We should go with
Army
Steven's
Hammer Zone.
John Travolta and just all watch the same series of movies with the same actor.
no. Okay. This is a movie called Secondhand Lions.
I've heard of this one.
I think I've heard of this
Oh.
one too. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
I can't remember the.
I've only seen parts
two.
of it.
Oh no,
Robert
I haven't
Redford?
seen this one. Nope.
Does it have an older?
It's
somebody-
Robert
No,
Kane.
it has an older guy and a younger guy. I
Robert
remember
Kane.
this from the
No,
commercials.
sorry, it's not Robert Kane. Take that back.
Michael Caine,
Caine.
and Robert Duvall, I believe,
Duvall.
There,
Robert Duvall.
That's-
Not Robert. Yeah, Robert Duvall.
and
Yeah,
Haley
Robert
Joel
Duvall.
Osment as a little boy.
his
So,
All,
wheelhouse
all
all
during
movies
this
movies
time
have Haley
period.
Joel Osment as a little boy. Any movie with him as a grown up is usually not very good.
That is honestly, I will say, a movie that I oh man, this was years ago. I'd wanted to see it, and I never did. I forgot it existed.
I'm
It
gonna-
is.
I'm gonna gauge about. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, it was one where I was like, I picked it out, and then when I actually looked at the review, it was like, oh, it's a PG movie, and I was like, oh, what kind of reviews can I get? And then I specifically listed the Christian Monitor. Like, it's kind
Christian
of a
Science
feel-good
Monitor.
movie. Yeah, like it's obviously like a non-offensive movie, like that gets on those sort of lists where it's not trying to offend anybody, but it's still good. I'll put this one as
point
kind of a
of-
maybe.
Point of clarification: Christian Science Monitor is in fact a well-respected publication that is fairly impartial on anything, even religious. So just throwing it out there.
I just
Okay.
didn't expect to hear it listed from Gary as a review for a movie he was about to suggest. It just took me off guard.
Now I need to learn more about Christian Science Monitor because that just seems like way too many words in one sentence that shouldn't be together. But anyway, just talking shit about newspapers, I guess. Movie number 4, rated PG-13, 2 hours 5 minutes, and from 2003. In anchoring the whimsy, the Empire, I don't know, Empire must be a magazine, whimsy of something more heartwarming, Burton greatly added by Billy Crudup, who underplays the potential cringeworthy bedside stories with his dying dad. Rolling Stone
sweet.
director Tim Burton finally hooks a big one, and it got away.
He's pressing
Hitting the
button.
buzzer. Yep.
Yeah.
Big Fish.
Yes. Have you seen The Big Fish?
Fantastic movie. Yep.
I've seen this one.
Really
That's a
good
good
movie.
one.
I have not.
Mhm.
I have not.
Before you watch
Yeah,
Accepted, listener, watch Big Fish.
Gary, I will say real quick, your movies besides that first one are actually hitting everyone's like, oh yeah, I'd love to watch that movie list.
Besides
Like,
that
I don't know.
first
I put it in like, if I didn't have it or find it on DVD, like, would you be like, oh yeah, like maybe it's try that? Yeah. Good movie. Would suggest. It sounds like at least 3 people have seen it already. So
So Gary, are these movies that you're shooting for that people have not seen before, or are these
Have
movies
not
that
seen-
really
I don't know,
are
I'm
important to
still, like-
you?
they're just fun movies that like aren't they aren't a Transformers movie. like that everyone would have seen at some point. Like it's not. I would say that most of these movies are not ones where you're like, I need to go to the theater and watch these.
I guess.
Uh,
Yeah. You're fine. Keep going.
the last movie number 5, rated R, 105 minutes, year 1999. Susan something of the USA Today says adrenaline pumping shockwaves. Newsweek says gives good rush, earning its stripes with one terrific junk movie. New York Times, imagine a cut-right Titanic stripped of romance and historical relevance, fused with Jaws, shortly mythic symbolism without complex characters. You have the essential of a live-action horror comic.
Is this like Sharknado or that one
Deep
with
Blue
the
Sea?
giant megalodon?
Ding, 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 ding.
Deep Blue
Deep Blue
Sea.
Sea.
Also seen it. That's another good one.
That's a good movie.
I have not
Cool
seen
J,
that. Oh, I actually have seen that one. I
Thomas
have.
Jane. Yep.
Well, now obviously everyone, as I said, this one was one I was like, it's kind of fun, but I assume most people have probably seen it.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
And LL Cool J.
Thomas Jane.
Thomas
My head
Jane.
is like a
Yeah.
shark's fin.
Anyway, this one
Oh,
was
my
obviously a
head is
throwaway
like a
pick. I
shark's
probably could have
fin.
cut it off the list. It sounds like, which one was the third one? Secondhand
Third one.
Lions. Like
Yeah.
most of you have never seen, so I think I'll take that one.
So, Secondhand Lions.
All right.
Lions would be a good one. I haven't seen that one all the way through.
Okay. Who is lucky number 4 then?
I can go.
Right.
This assignment felt like when the teacher calls on you and you have to like sit there and like worry about what to say, and it was far more anxious wondering what to choose than I would expect, especially since it's not like I'm gonna get in trouble for it. It's you guys. No offense. Like anyhow,
Right.
I like Gary. I also chose 4. My top 2 are kind of tied. I thought I'd see who has seen more of one or the other. I honestly don't know. Steven suggested my number 4 movie, and I debated it a little bit. So I just feel like this one's definitely not a you guys' movie, but the assignment was movies that you enjoy a lot that you don't think others have seen much of. This one was Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, a musical.
How much singing is there? How many minutes total of singing do I have to
All
sit through?
singing. It's a musical.
Yeah, Gary needs 2 runtimes.
Gary,
Full total.
it's a musical.
singing.
There's a lot of songs. They're really good songs, though. Anyhow,
So this, yeah.
I enjoyed that one a lot. I remember sitting there on our living room floor as a little girl watching that. Whenever like Disney would like show that on TV, like we would get pulled in so that we could watch it. That one's with Whitney Houston and Brandy singing. It's amazing music.
Oh, so it's not the cartoon Cinderella.
It
it's
is not
like-
the
is it like a
cartoon.
stage Cinderella, or is it like a stage?
It's a live
movie
action of the Broadway show, basically, kind of.
Mhm.
Anyhow, it's really good. Really good music. It is not the cartoon version that you're thinking of. I always have fondness for it. I was surprised Steven suggested it because he's not exactly the one that's usually being like, let's watch Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella. But it was a good suggestion.
That would be a polar opposite of what Steven suggested.
I know. That's what it was like.
War
Rodgers
movies.
and Hammerstein Cinderella, and then we're gonna drop into fucking Normandy, guys.
I mean, I think most of the group knows that I grew up cutting my teeth on the anime version of The Little Mermaid, so I'm all for a different version of a popular
Anime
Disney story.
At some point, we
Okay,
need to
for
do an
cereal,
actual
we
podcast
need to
watch
find that. Like,
movie.
I'm more excited to see that than anything I could ever imagine.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's on YouTube. We watched a little bit of it
We
one
did.
night. Yeah, it was explained a lot about me once I
Yes, it
rewatched
did.
it.
Anyhow, my third movie was a Star Trek movie, Star Trek Generations.
Hmm.
I loved that one. That deals with, it has both Captain Picard and Captain Kirk. They're like 80 years apart or something like that. I liked that one ever since I was a kid as well. Just we watched a lot of Star Trek and Star Wars in our household growing up. And that one was one that I felt like you didn't necessarily have to watch a bunch of episodes to really know, to understand what was happening.
I have
How many
seen
people
it.
have seen
It's
that
very
one?
good.
'Cause that's
I have not watched the movie. I've watched a YouTube review of it as I was watching the other Star Trek movie reviews from that channel. So.
Red Letter Media.
Yep.
So I've probably watched that review too.
He did not like it.
Yeah, I've probably watched the review too, but I don't think I've really seen any Star Trek movies other than the J.J. Abrams ones and the one where they go take the whales from the past and bring them to the future.
There be whales
That's
here.
a good one too.
Yeah.
Way Home.
No, I do like this one.
Journey Home.
Next one, tied with the first one, we'll do both of them, is Sahara.
Says George
Matthew
Clooney in
McConaughey.
it?
Yes, Matthew McConaughey is in it. I liked the summary of African War Zone, Ship of Death.
What's the sidekick who's like a goofball in that?
Oh God,
Steve Zahn.
Zahn, that's his name. Yes, Timothy
Yep.
Zahn.
From
Steve
Pipestone,
Zahn.
Minnesota.
what?
Really?
He's from really?
What?
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Went to college with someone who went to Pipestone, and they're like, yeah, like he was a graduate of the theater department from our high school, and so like he's a big deal. And it's like
That's cool.
What the fuck?
only in a very small town in Minnesota would that be a big deal.
Easy.
And to claim
I gotta
Steve
talk to
Zahn.
some coworkers because they've been hiding this from me. Apparently, like,
Yeah, I need to know
hey,
some
he's
more
born
about
where I
this.
now live. All right. Anyway,
Thanks for telling us. Sahara, for some of those who haven't seen it, it's kind of got a couple different plot lines running through it, but they are trying to figure out the source of an illness in West Africa. At the same time, the main character has an obsession with the story of the Civil War ironclad ships and one that went missing, and supposedly where he has a theory that it might be in Africa.
Yeah, this sounds like a movie that you definitely know Steven.
Steven,
He actually-
his fault
she-
movie.
No, I think she actually introduced me to this movie. So
Mhm.
you're aware.
This was another
also
one
one
of
of-
my first 5 DVDs that I ever owned by myself when I
think-
first met Steven.
I think we had that one too, so it's on the Plex.
And it
I
was
think-
I mean
I think
it's
I-
definitely still in our collection here, I'm sure. So
I want to
Yeah,
put
I
out
know.
a word that apparently Steve Zahn, in at least what it says here, is that he was born in Marshall, Minnesota.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, born in Marshall, but yeah, there's small towns around here, so it's I'm not sure.
We'll be
Gary,
checking
maybe you
into
know
this.
exactly how quick the drive is between the two towns, but
I'm pretty sure that a lot of babies are born in big cities at some point because you don't trust doctors in small towns
that's
with
true.
babies.
You go to a bigger.
Yep.
Anyhow, and number 1 movie, The Hunt for Red October.
A Hunt for Red October.
it's a good movie.
It
I've
is
seen it.
a very good movie.
Standing by.
I have seen it.
I'm seeing a
have
couple of
not
you guys
seen
have already seen it.
No,
Seriously,
I've
I
not
mean-
seen that one.
Really?
Hunt for Red October. It is based on a book, like the best ones, Tom Clancy novel. I had actually only read the book a few years ago. It is one of the few movies and books where I like both of them, even though they are always they're always different, of course.
Okay.
But it
They're
does
wildly
take.
different.
They're definitely different. I wouldn't say wildly. There's way
Mm.
more information, and there are some important differences. But there's submarines. Oh God, what's the time zone, Steven?
Time zone?
80s? Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's
Sean Connery in his older
Yeah.
prime, right?
John Connery,
I would
and
say that is his prime. Yeah.
it is
Alex-
Well,
about.
I mean,
Alec
he had his Bond era when he was younger, so yeah.
Mhm. It is about a Russian submarine who is trying to defect to the United States. It is an excellent movie. I have always loved that one, and I can see. Again, these are all. I'm realizing these are all movies I picked that I watched when I was a kid, and I can see my dad using objects around the living room to explain the submarine tactics to me because none of this meant anything to me as a kid. How many of you have seen this
Very
one?
cool.
Not all the way through.
Nick, you haven't
but
seen?
yeah.
Oh,
I've seen enough of it to know it's a sub movie, but not enough.
You
Maybe
haven't
we'll go-
seen it all the way through?
It came out a while ago, and I remember watching parts of it. But I mean, I was no,
It didn't suck him in, Steven.
not cool enough to grasp me. I was a young lad. I would love to watch it now.
I remember hearing good things about it whenever I was younger, and I tried watching it in like my Top Gun era. I'm like, oh yeah, turns out I'm into military movies. Let's watch Hunt for Red October. It is not the same speed as Top Gun, so
It is
like
not the same speed
my
as Top
adolescent
Gun.
brain checked right out. So like I
It
then watched
is.
it later as I was like in my 30s. I'm like, this is a fantastic movie. Yes, this is
Everyone knows Top
Definitely
Gun is a
slow
famous cat
paced.
and mouse type game.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And claustrophobic? I guess that's what you describe a movie. It's in a
Claustrophobic.
submarine.
Claustrophobic.
Claw.
I do love Hunt for Red October. I'm leaning a little more to Sahara because it sounds like fewer of you have seen that
Yeah,
one.
I'd say that'll-
I've not seen
I watch
Sahara.
it.
You haven't?
I think it's on Amazon, and I watched it during a work day one day because I was like, it's good background.
Are you
Wow.
admitting to
Have you
work
seen Sahara?
theft? Gary? Come on. What if
he
someone-
said,
He
he
said
said
background. I
he
just
said background music.
Sure.
You know, we have
Sahara on the
background music at work where I work too. It's fine.
I was gonna say, Nick, have you seen Sahara?
I have, yeah. Sahara.
Okay.
Of that list, Sahara might be the one I think I know the most about. But I mean, I'd love to watch it again. I remember it was.
See, they're
very fun.
opposites.
Yeah.
If we do Hunt for Red October, he's seen it like the least.
Or the Cinderella that I think the
That's
least
what I was
have
gonna
seen.
say. I think
Honestly,
Yeah.
Cinderella
I'm
I've
good
never
with
ever
Cinderella.
seen. Never seen.
Mhm.
It sounds like a terrifying. It sounds worse than I thought Steven's choices would be. So I'm.
Gary's like, are you sure you don't want to pick
definitely
a Saw movie instead? Like, is
Yeah,
that-
like
This
Uh,
is the horror movie for Gary.
I want Tyler to crop just like the little like intro has a few little bits of like our context, no context, but just like little sound bites back and forth, and just Gary saying Cinderella. It sounds terrifying.
it sounds terrifying. This movie sounds terrifying. I don't know. If other people have seen a lot, like that was literally I have no context for. So, other than it's vaguely Cinderella.
who's seen that one? Raise your hands.
I haven't
Yeah, so
seen the
Steven's
movie.
seen all my
That's one.
movies. There's nothing I can
Yeah,
do about
right.
I
that.
know it.
If you're with someone for 17 years, you tend to see their movies. So
Melissa, my wife has seen very few movies. I'll sometimes just like have a movie. I was like, oh, what's this movie? Yeah, I've yeah. Anyway,
Polar Bear King all the way, Tyler.
Oh God.
Movies I would never have watched that Christina has.
Polar Bear King.
Polar Bear King.
All right.
After you watch, long after you've watched Accepted, take some
I'll
time
save that
for
journey.
the rest, and then maybe when Christmas gets closer, think about watching this movie.
So like the Tiger King,
No.
No, it's not like the Tiger King.
Carol Baskins in a
Not at
igloo.
Oh, man.
All right.
I don't know. It sounds to me like the least people have seen Cinderella.
I just
Yeah,
didn't.
but if
somebody
you got a
else
strong
acting
feeling for
I-
Sahara too, then that's
I
are
guess
we
I,
gonna be
We don't want to make the
Open.
choice completely for you, Amanda. So
Yeah.
oh,
yeah.
ultimately
Yeah.
you're the
Let's-
final vote?
Oh, interesting.
Because I'd say that there's also an aspect to it where it's like maybe there's something that you particularly appreciate about a movie that you want to highlight
Oh, yeah.
during the rewatch too. So if you want to bring up something like Sahara, even though some people may have seen it more than Cinderella, I think there's total validity in that.
my favorite parts about the other movies are how quotable they are. But I can quote those to you guys anytime. So with that in mind, I can quote that without you having a clue what I'm doing, or some of you will. I think I will then go ahead with Cinderella. Sorry, Gary, for the horror
Just-
that I am about to
Thanks.
The horror.
So Rogers and Hammerstein, Cinderella.
Mhm.
Okay.
Gary shudder.
Gary's-
Oh,
We almost watched Speed 2 Cruise Control. You don't got no room to talk.
Do you know what? I suggested it, and literally, it is so good.
No,
Like, you don't even know what you're missing.
no,
All
it's
right,
not.
I'm revising my list. Troll 2's back on the menu, boys.
Oh God.
William
That's on
Dafoe
the
is in
menu.
that movie. Like, if you don't remember that William Dafoe is in the movie, you're like, oh, this is a generic villain. And you're like, oh, this is William Dafoe before he was cool.
Before he was Willem, yeah. And that's what I said.
That's the second time.
So yeah, do we have anything else to follow up on? I guess who's going next? All
Yeah, we're down to the
Me.
final two, JC or Nick here.
right.
You play rock, paper, scissors, decide who gets to go next?
The reason I was not going so far was just to try and gather information about my movies because everyone was much more prepared than I was about like, oh, it's rated R, it's released in this year, and I'm like, wow.
I'll go next. Just I don't feel very prepared at all hearing you all. I definitely didn't look up critics' reviews, Mr. Gary.
No, you're not getting that from me either.
Well,
B2 Cruise Control. Siskel and Edie were 2 thumbs up.
oh my goodness.
Everyone missed that. 2 thumbs up. Anyway.
Steven had
Yeah.
like running times.
Yeah. I
In the
just,
same format.
what Google says here about IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes is what I was planning to go off of. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do 2 honorable mentions here. Is how I'm going to list them, and then I've got my 3 going 3, 2, and 1 up to my number 1 option.
Yeah.
My 2 honorable mentions is I was thinking right off the bat of one that I liked that was funny because I was picking movies that not only do I like, but also like kind of had a special spot in my heart because of they're things that I grew up with, or I watched with family members, or that sort of resonated with the themes that I thought were really important for characters and character development. And I went with a humorous one, jumped on my list right away, but it's an honorable mention because it got knocked further down when I found other ones I really liked. I went with Maverick, which is a movie from 1994, which is a Western comedy with Mel Gibson and James Garner. It's actually a remake of an old TV series that James Garner used to be the star and play the main titular character of Maverick. Jodie Foster is in it, James Coburn, Alfred Molina, several characters, and it's a humorous Wild West take on this gambler who's down in his luck, but somehow always seems to come out on top. And it's funny, it's witty, it's got a lot of quick banter back and forth between the main characters. They're all kind of at the end of their rope and down on their luck, but they all seem to come out smelling like roses at the end, which is humorous to watch throughout the entirety of the film. I didn't find a rating on it. I would be surprised if it's R. I would say probably PG-13, maybe just for some suggestive things that they talk about. 2 hours and 7 minutes from 1994. The second one. Have you heard of that one at all?
I had not heard of that at all.
Heard of the TV show, but I have actually never heard of the movie.
I've
Seen the movie. Pretty good. Lots of country music stars.
Lots
PG.
of country.
It was rated
Yeehaw.
PG.
PG.
Thank you. And then my other honorable mention, which is I'm kind of right on the cusp. If I could go 4, I'd sneak this one in there, but I tried to keep it to 3, which was what we originally talked about. But one that I really, really liked, I found a theme in a lot of my movies that also jumped on my list were war trial military movies. Like A Few Good Men is on there, but that's one that everybody's probably seen. Several other movies. I've got another one on here that I'll leave off just to keep it with 5 titles. But this one definitely kept coming back towards the top of my list. Rules of Engagement, which is a movie that came out in 2000. It stars Samuel L. Jackson and Tommy Lee Jones. It's a really, really great movie. It plays that you know the whole story, but it's how the trial unfolds. This one, I'll really quickly read through the little synopsis that I pulled up here. Samuel L. Jackson plays Colonel Terry Childers, who's a 30-year Marine veteran, decorated and just an excellent soldier. But during a rescue mission that he does it doesn't say the name of the country, and I'm spacing at the moment, but during a rescue mission where he's deployed, things go sideways, and the country that he has so honorably served, everything goes sideways. And the country, when he gets back to the United States, puts him up as the person who gets crucified because everything went so poorly. And so he goes to his old military friend who has also been with him in Vietnam. They have also very highly decorated. Tommy Lee Jones becomes his trial lawyer, both Marines, in a military tribunal. And it's interesting to see how Tommy Lee Jones tries to defend him and says he's such a great character, he's impeccable merit, but also this situation went sideways. Obviously, Samuel L. Jackson is very brash, just his character and the actor, and so it comes off as maybe he is a hothead and things went sideways because of him, not because of just the circumstances and the chaos of war situations. So very, very interesting, very heated, lots of talks on courage, honor, integrity, very, very powerful because it's all set in military, which always just seems to heighten these types of situations. And how it all plays out at the end is very interesting. So I really, really like that one, and it kept coming up back in my honorable mentions. Have you guys seen that one, Rules of Engagement?
I
can't remember. It might be in the like just bucket of like I probably have seen it on TV, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I've
for
heard
the
real good
life-
things about it, and like I've seen like clips from it on like Legal or something doing review movies. But yeah, I heard really great things. Haven't seen it.
I swear that I have seen this when I was a kid, and I do not remember. Oh, I don't remember anything about it, to be entirely honest.
It's a
So-
good one.
Yeah.
I've like I said, I had a few good men on my list at one point too. I was like, everybody's seen that.
Everyone
knows
has seen that one.
But it's that same sort of thing. I had a couple numbers on here, which we can go over later if people are interested. So I'll move in just to keep things rolling here. I'll go into my number 3, and this is one that also has a military theme to it. I really like this one. I thought the theme of it was much more compelling than Rules of Engagement, but if it's one that people have seen, I could sub in whatever for Rules of Engagement if that one really draws people versus my other 2 as well. But my number 3, the one that I thought would be really good, is Fury with Brad Pitt, which is a military tank movie from World War II. It's one that came out that when it came out, honestly, I didn't watch it. I didn't even know much about it. And I was like, oh, it's a Brad Pitt movie. And I don't know, Brad Pitt is hit or miss with me. Sometimes I just think he's a pretty boy and the movie's not that great. But then sometimes I'll watch a movie and be like, the characters he portrays is amazing. And so this movie was one that really drew me in. Again, I've got a military background for our listener to know. But all these movies have a soft spot in my heart too, talking about World War II, which is really interesting, intriguing to me. And also how do you lead troops? How do you lead troops when you yourself are of questionable character? How do you lead troops when you know the situation is a dire strait and it's do or die type consequences? Everybody looks amazing and gets a medal when everything is simple and easy, but especially in a situation like World War II, especially when you're in a position where you're a tank commander and you're at the front of the line with the terror around you, I thought was a really compelling story. He plays a character. It's towards the end of World War II. They're in Nazi Germany, and they're really trying to get into the heart of taking down the Third Reich. And it's really interesting how, in circumstances that seem like the war is won, it's the end of the war, like they should be conquered people. There's a really great line in this where the characters say, "Why don't they just surrender?" And Brad Pitt says, "Would you? Like, you know that everything is lost. Would you give up and just say, I hope that they treat us well? Like, this is the end. Like, it's dire straits, and these people know they're defeated, but they're not going to give in." And so it's almost like, what are you fighting for at that point? Like, you don't need to be there. The war is won, but these people are so entrenched in their beliefs, which ties in my next one, and their beliefs and their thoughts that it makes it so gritty and compelling that this one really stuck with me. So Fury is a R-rated movie. It's 2 hours and 14 minutes from 2014. Has everybody seen this one?
So I actually really, really want to see this one, and I actually have it on my watch list, and I haven't watched it yet, so I can fantastically say no.
Same. Yep.
There,
agreed.
well, there you go. All right, good. I'm glad I kept it on. It came on. It's kind of forefront in my mind. It came on the other day on. We've been doing some traveling in my family, and it was, I think, on a TV channel, just flipping through channels. And I started watching part of it again. I was like, oh, this movie was so good. And I remembered watching it, and I got little kids, so we didn't get to watch the end of it. But it's kind of like, oh, that's such a good movie, and stuck with me. It's really powerful. And again, speaks to, what makes someone keep going and under insurmountable odds. All right, so that's my 3. My 2 is a theme of how did I write this? I wrote down courage was sort of my thought with Fury and persevering, and then this one was a theme of honor, and it's much more traditional sense movie. In 2003, there was an R-rated movie that came out that's about action and war and adventure. It's not really historical, but it's set in it's set in Japan, 19th century, and I went with The Last Samurai.
Ooh, love
Yep.
that movie.
That's a great movie.
Which is a movie with
Cruise.
Tom
Yep.
Cruise, Ken Watanabe, Hiroyaki Sanada, just amazing actors. It's really, really powerful. Billy Connolly, that's right, plays a part in it. It's a really, really great movie that whenever it's on, I always find it as like, I'll just watch this in the background. And I end up watching the movie because it always sucks me in. I love cultures. I love historical pieces, but it's an attempt at trying to keep things historical. The whole movie fluctuates around Japan, very traditional samurai sense of what has been historically always the cultural norm, is trying to make itself a modern nation. And so in the time period in which it's set, they are changing very rapidly from wearing traditional garb from the area to like suit and ties. They're changing from how they wage war with one another and feudalism a little bit into like a cultural nation. We're very modern. We don't do that. We don't need to walk around carrying swords. And the samurai in the movie have a very strict, strong code of honor and what they want to be and how the only life they've ever known is this. And it becomes this new Western philosophy meets Old Eastern traditional culture, and what happens to the human beings in the middle of that. And there's cultural rifts, there's angst that is exposed, and then there ultimately is war and conflict. And so it's one of those movies that for me I've always really kind of felt akin to, because I love learning that stuff and I love traditional items, and what makes a tradition such a tradition is because it's something that people have done for forever, and the historical context behind that. Whereas new and modern is great, and yay, advancements and progression, but also like understanding why people do the things they do and where does that come from. And some people hold so dearly to those things, and when they're forced to lose them, how do they react? So that was why I really stuck with this one too. But I had The Last Samurai. Have you all seen that one? Sounds like a couple of people have.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Bits and pieces, not the full thing.
Okay.
I'm the only one who hasn't seen it.
Oh,
But I
man.
still don't want to see
Gary, it's so good.
It is really good.
You should watch it. I showed it to a good friend of mine in college one time. Same sort of similar context. Hadn't seen it. What do you want to watch? How about this? It's really good. Watched it, and she was crying at the end because it hit her so hard. It's really, really good.
They get the emotion and even like just the respect for the culture really well too.
Yeah.
But it's
How
such a
long is
random
it?
Tom Cruise movie.
I feel like
it's such
this might be a
random
trade
one.
for Accepted, and I feel like Accepted will definitely be a better movie than this.
No.
What
will
did
disagree
Gary
with that.
say?
I love Accepted, but no.
What did Gary say at the beginning? He didn't want to learn anything.
That's
You don't
fair.
want to learn anything.
Yeah, honestly, like Stevens were like, I was like, okay, like I can. They're a little. They're popcorn, and then Nick's like war movie, samurai movie,
I love
war
it.
tribunal movie. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I definitely found I
All
have a
about Nick's
theme.
movies.
So, anyways, that's my number 2, and it's kind of like, I think people have probably seen this, maybe not quite sure. Okay, so trying to find sort of off the beaten path, then that leads me to my number 1, which is the one I'm recommending. But I'm open to any of these. I think they're all really good. The one that I thought was the one that I'm hoping people haven't seen because it's also really good, going back even further, is a movie that came out in 1997. And this is a movie that actually came on TV with my mom and my dad when we were younger. And I just remember like it really kind of stuck out to me. And our whole family was kind of like sucked into this movie. And ever since then, whenever it's on TV, I'll kind of just like hone in on it because it's really compelling. It tells such a great story, even though it is a sci-fi sort of a mystery drama. 1997, it's rated PG. It's 2 hours and 33 minutes. And it's a movie starring Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey called Contact.
That's right.
Yep.
Have I seen this?
I think you may have. Look it up.
Instantly.
It might
Googling
be,
it.
as Nick said, like a movie you'd seen on TV.
Yep.
I've
So
bits and pieces of it for sure, but I've never seen it start to finish.
Cannot remember it.
Yeah, cannot remember it though.
Yeah.
So I'll read a little bit here of the synopsis that I pulled up here. All of my movies too, I was checking, have like a 7.5, 7.8, 7.4, I think one of them said, out of 10 on IMDb. And so they're not amazing movies, but I think they tell a good enough story that it's definitely warrants a watch. It says in this, Robert Zemeckis directed adaptation of a Carl Sagan novel. Yeah, there you go. Boom, boom.
Ooh, literature! Oh my gosh!
Hold up the Carl Sagan novel as we're talking here. Dr. Ellie Arroway, played by Jodie Foster, races to interpret a possible message originating from a distant star system, so from outer space. A message that comes through. Once first contact with an extraterrestrial intelligence is proven, Arroway and her team contend with restrictive national security advisors and religious fanatics bent on containing the implications of such an event and having made contact with another force. An incredible message is found hidden in the signal that makes everything even more complex. But will Arroway be the one to answer its call from this contact? I remember when this movie came out, it was one of those things that was kind of like, I was young, I don't remember what age, early teens, and it's kind of like, whoa, what if like aliens, blah, 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 blah. And I've always been sci-fi geared, so it was right off the bat, like drew me in. But being older and seeing more of this movie, watching it several times over now, it touches on so much more rather than focusing on the potential contact and like how we as human beings have such strong belief structures. This movie touches on religiousness and like the little blip there mentions religious fanatics. Like people have such strong beliefs and people hold such fervent ideals that when people are confronted with differences, it just like, how do people react? How could they contemplate that something else could be out there? What does that do when it shakes your understanding of how the universe works? One sec, Gary. And then also it talks a lot about the human nature too. Like there's power struggles, right? It's like, hey, we made contact. There's maybe other life out there. Like, who are they? What do they want? What's interesting for them? And because we're humans, the first thing people think about is who gets the most prestige. And it just seems like, it's so gripping. It's not gritty. It's gripping. It really holds a lot of like, how does this play out? Like, where does our hubris get us as individuals? And what does this mean for for us as a human civilization as well? Because there's a lot that touches on if this entity is so advanced, like who are we to try and understand our place in the universe? And is there more out there? What's it worth? I'll turn it over to you, Gary, here in a second here. But one of the questions that always kind of is like in the back of my mind from this movie is at one point Jodie Foster's character is asked, is there other life out there in the universe? And her character says, well, I don't know, but if there isn't, it's a lot of wasted space. And it's this thought of like, we as human beings, we have our lives, we have our daily in and outs, but like you really think about how, huge space is. And it's like, there's a lot of potential out there. All right, Gary, what's your question, sir?
You're
Gary
muted.
muted.
You were muted when you did your first little interruption.
Yep.
That would be why. Nick, you've already sold us on this movie. Like, you're already getting into your...
It's my number one.
Like,
I felt it would need a due credit, so...
I didn't think you needed to sell it as much as you did. If that's the movie you want, I think most of us seem to have, like, not seen it or not remember it, so...
Yeah, it looks like something I would have seen, but I'm not recognizing it, so I'm intrigued.
That's a good one.
Can I ask, Nick, have you read the book?
I haven't read the book. No, I apologize.
Oh. Next time I see you, I'm going to lend you the book. It's fantastic as well.
The books are always better.
It's terrible in so many more ways now.
No, they are both
Even
good.
can
They
tell
are
us
both
about the
good.
book now.
Sorry, Steven, I might have missed it. Have you read the book and not seen the movie, or have you already seen it?
I've done both.
Okay.
Actually, just read the book earlier this year, probably February.
Oh,
or so.
there you go. Yeah, I like all. Go ahead.
Nick, ultimately, it's up to you. 1, 2, or
I
3.
say I like all three of my movies that I picked. I figured Fury and The Last Samurai were kind of mainstream, so I figured you would all have probably seen those. So I wanted to keep in my honorable mentions. I'd probably say Contact is the one that I think would be really interesting, just to hear everybody's take on the characters and like what you thought it might imply or mean for you all. Obviously, it's fiction, but what if would be cool to decipher.
Like it. Not deviating too far off the broken road here. Nick, have you also seen Arrival?
Yes, that's another really good
Oh
one.
my
good.
God,
Jeremy
that's
Renner
so
and Amy
good.
Adams, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a solid one. Like that same sort of thing, right? You make contact. What are the
That's
implications?
exactly it. Yep.
What does your world look like now? Solid.
When you were describing the entire reason why you were choosing the movie, I'm like, oh man, this is this
If you
movie,
haven't,
this is
you need to.
Arrival, this is like, oh, so yeah.
And again, sort of has a strong overtone of military presence, right?
Mhm.
I mean, if something
Very
like
much
this
so.
were to happen, of course, the NSA, like Contact, or the military in Arrival, are going to lock down. And then, what do we find out? What do we really know? Maybe the Big Brother really does know more than they're letting on about all this stuff. So, it's really interesting to see those kind of movies and how the characters, play out. Sweet, that's what I got.
JC, I think you're the
So-
last one.
Yeah, I am. I have stalled enough and finally got enough information. I have struggled to get it down to a list of 5 here that I'm now going to whittle between. 2 of which IMDb lists as psychological drama as the genre, the top billing. 2 of which are listed as dark comedy, and the third of which is high concept comedy. So
Ooh.
a wide range of experiences await you. I'll do honorable mention style as well. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou is the first Wes Anderson movie that I fell in love with. I'm not sure if anybody else is big into his movies. Basically, Bill Murray and Owen Wilson, Cate Blanchett, Willem Dafoe, fantastic cast. Basically, a documentarian of nature is going around and trying to find revenge for a friend who was killed in the filming of another documentary. Owen Wilson thinks that Steve Zissou is his dad and is trying to find out more and reconnect with a potential father figure. So just fun ensues, great soundtrack, fantastic movie. The other one would be, I'll give it a, try to decide which one I'll list as the honorable mention.
Tough choice.
I know. Whiplash is a fantastic movie with J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller. It's basically Miles Teller shows up to a musical school and wants to be the best drummer in the world, and becomes part of the band for the school that is led by J.K. Simmons. And J.K. Simmons turns out to be a monster that is going to push him to extremes that he never thought he would go through. And it's just a very gripping movie about what greatness demands sometimes, and if people are willing to go to those lengths sometimes, and what deals you'll make with the devil sometimes to achieve your dreams. That said, for the lighter concepts here, I'll go in order of probably least to most likely to recommend. The Sunset Limited is also listed as a psychological drama. It is Tommy Lee Jones and Samuel L. Jackson, and that's the entire cast. It is an hour and 31 minutes. It's originally a Cormac McCarthy stage play, and they adapted it for an HBO made-for-TV movie. The scene begins with Samuel L. Jackson bringing Tommy Lee Jones into his apartment, and you gather that Samuel L. Jackson has stopped Tommy Lee Jones from committing suicide by throwing himself in front of the Sunset Limited, the train that goes through the tunnels. And so it's then 90 minutes of talking about life and determining if it's worth living and what faith means and all these different things that are just very fantastic insights. And to me, it's a very well told story that kind of has very good points from both sides, which you don't get from a single writer usually. And it formed a lot about how I discuss heavier topics like religion and faith and mental illness and things like that. So I'm sure nobody here has heard of it. It's got 55,000 or 5,500 likes on IMDb. Yeah.
1,000, where other things get millions.
Yeah, yep. One of the other ones I was potentially considering, I think Whiplash is probably the other one, like 1.1 million. Which I'm not. Has anybody seen Whiplash before? Yeah. All right, fantastic movie. Yeah, Sunset Limited is a slower paced one for sure, but it's just very good character studies, and Tommy Lee Jones and Samuel L. Jackson are really great together. To go back and read the book, I can't read the book in anything other but than their voices now. But yeah. Next would be Stranger Than Fiction, the high concept comedy. Will Ferrell, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, that's
It's
a great movie.
yeah. I figured it was probably one of the more popular ones that I picked here, but yeah, Will Ferrell is just a everyday IRS accountant, and just goes through his life. He's a very fastidious guy. Just goes through, and everything is by the numbers every single day, and suddenly he hears a narrator in his head, and it's narrating his life, and so he's trying to figure out how to do things, how to live his life with this thing, and trying to figure out the mystery of what's going on. And Maggie Gyllenhaal serves as kind of the other side romantic interest of the movie, and it's just it's a feel-good comedy in the sense, but it's also just got some high-level things that you're just not usually having to think about during a simple rom-com, so to speak.
It's heavy. It gets heavy.
It does get heavy.
It's not what you think of for Will Ferrell. He can do those, and he nailed it too.
Yep. PG-13, 2006, and so this is 2006. This is right in the old school era where it's like he's just party time all the time, and this is a dramatic role for him. There are some moments where like he just gives me chills and the performance, and it's another one where it discusses things about like what life really means and things like that. It's high level stuff, but it's a fascinating movie, I think. That said, my top pick, also in the comedy range, also in 2005 range, Thank You for Smoking, rated R. It's a dark comedy, is what they call it. Aaron Eckhart, William H. Macy, Katie Holmes, star-studded cast as far as I'm concerned. J.K. Simmons also in this movie. It's basically Aaron Eckhart plays a lobbyist for Big Tobacco, and so he's the guy that goes around and is trying to get all the laws for tobacco loosened and make sure that, like, hey, we're going to make an ad campaign for cigarettes and we need these senators to buy in on it and things like that. William H. Macy plays the antagonist, who is a senator from Vermont who is trying to ban smoking outright, and you just have this friction of characters in a very talking heavy movie. And Aaron Eckhart is a fantastic character here. He's just really great at describing why his ability to talk is so powerful. He has a moment where he's got a son who's he's divorced from his wife, and so the son occasionally comes with him on trips, but he doesn't always live with him. And so he's trying to explain his job to his son, and he's like, it's all about just talking. Here's why I'm good at debating and things like that. It just lays it out very well in terms of how to win a debate. Rob Lowe plays a fantastic character in there who has some lines that I quote to this day. It's just a fantastic movie. Not sure how many people have seen it, though.
I have seen it. I love that movie. Absolutely love it. That is actually one of the places where I learned how to debate in a more broad sense of the word is from that movie.
I have not seen it. Nick has not seen it.
Nope.
Gary, have you seen it? Were you?
Yeah.
Any remember it or any real affinity for it?
I mean, I remember how it begins and ends, and it's fun. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can always do a rewatch. I feel like all the twists and turns of the movie are spoiled, but
yeah, fair. And Stranger Than Fiction was Amanda had seen it, and anybody else?
I'd seen it.
Steven's seen it.
Okay. Cool.
I hadn't seen Stranger Than Fiction either.
Maybe I saw it like on in passing, like parts of it, but
I'd be
honestly,
I
I could go for either of them. Even one of the dark horse ones, if anybody has any particular affinity for either one of them from anybody.
I'll say it's just like what you said. It's up to you, JC. It's what you want to watch. Because I'll be very honest, I am I am excited about your top pick. And I have never seen your number 3 pick. So that would be, I think, a fun, and it sounds like an intellectually engaging movie to watch. Which means Gary's going to vote against it, but that's okay.
It's gonna be a tough. I was like, I obviously like it's. JC recommended Evangelion, and I was like, this is not really my jam. And when you start talking about Sunset Limited, I was like, this is a much more like two people.
It is the
talking,
last
like-
2 episodes of Evangelion rather than the big robots fighting. Yes.
Yeah, this is big robots fighting. So I was just like, okay, I'll strap in for it, I guess, but we'll see.
I feel like somewhere between
I-
that probably sits Stranger Than Fiction, so I think I might have to go with that one. It does have those higher level concepts, but it still has a nice fun way of going about itself. So
So Stranger Than Fiction.
we'll do that.
Okay.
I'm happy to watch any 3 of these, and probably will over the course of the next few months here. Yeah.
It is it's an interesting list, like from everyone's different point of view.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think Nick would be the one who would have more war movies than anyone else.
I didn't
the
even mention
vet
some of
in
the other
there.
ones. It was like jumped out. It's like, oh, this is such a good movie. Such a good. It's like, oh, these are all military war trial movies.
You know what that just means, Gary, is that you can't handle the truth.
It was hard to think of them in advance. Like even during this podcast, Stephen and I were messaging back and forth like, well, maybe we should have thought of this.
Yeah. We thought of Argo post
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
That's
else.
a good movie.
That's a good one.
Oh, what was the movie that Tyler thought I was going to recommend? God, what was it?
Death to Smoochie.
Death to Smoochie, which is not a great movie by any means, but like it's just like you got to see it once.
That's the one with
It
Robin
is-
Williams.
Yeah,
Robin Williams and Edward Norton. Playing opposites, like playing their opposites of what you'd expect the two to be in, and it's good. I like Rainbow Randolph. I would totally watch that children's TV show.
It was tricky for me to think of a movie that I liked or I'd want you all to watch because I have an interest in it that is also off the beaten path. Because it's like you're trying to play towards people's interests and like, oh, you would really like this movie, but also it's something that you know you like too. So it's like it's 2 sides of the same coin for me. That was tricky.
It was, and it's.
I know.
I think it's just fun. I think we got such a broad spectrum of movies.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
actually kind of excited here. Like,
Mhm.
I don't think there is a movie that I am not actually kind of excited to watch.
Sweet.
Well,
So, are we?
And
How are we
that's-
deciding the order of operations? Are we random number generating?
Generating.
Commemorating.
I'm only 1 Mountain Dew in. Last time I was a knots and a half in.
All
So
right.
today's podcast sponsored by Mountain Dew. Just refresh in the mountains.
Well, what was the order that we went? You say
So
1 through 6, and then
the
random number
movies-
generator on a D6.
the movies that we've selected are Primary Colors by Steven, The Beastmaster by myself, Secondhand Lions by Gary, the Rogers and Hammerstein version of Cinderella by Amanda, Contact by Nick, and then Stranger Than Fiction by JC.
It's a good
Well,
list.
here's the thing. Why don't we, everyone, choose a number 1 through 6. Just shout it out. I will choose 3. So I am 3.
I have an affinity for 2.
5.
So Gary
Gary's pulling up
shouted
a
Four.
Four.
4.
Oh, but I heard it from.
No, I said
JC
it.
first,
I
and
said
JC
it.
says 4.
2,
I said 2.
I already, yeah, 2's already taken.
1.
All right.
And then I'll take the last number then.
All right.
Goodness.
All right. Drum roll as I get the random number generator.
How do random number generators work? You said 1 through 6, and
and then
roll
it'll
a die. I
generate
feel like
3
rolling a
3
dice would
times.
be a lot easier.
I have a
Yeah, but you
wheel
gotta
that
go
I was
find the
starting with
die.
all of our names.
Depending on the number generator, you can say like what do you want to roll or what are your numbers, and say 1 through 6 or 1 through Yeah, 1 through 6.
Steven's
and
got.
then those.
There's no way Steven doesn't have at least like 5 dice on his desk at this moment, and he's
Right.
still looking up a number generator.
I've got a dice app
Bust
on my
out your
phone.
D6s.
Can you-
Yeah.
You just roll it.
Can you convince a random number generator to be a weighted dice to always roll more often to one number?
It's like I'm watching
Right.
Steven type all this stuff in, and I was like, Ari is always
Right,
taking
I'm
these off
sorry.
your
I'm
desk.
sorry. It was really stupid. I'm sorry. Okay, here is my 6-sided dice. So we
Yeah.
are
Die.
rolling for number 1, Gary. He
Is
will
it
be
is a legit dice? Is this a special dice?
5. It is
Oh man.
Mick. You will be. Have to re-roll. Have to. 6. I.
Oh, I see what you're
will
saying.
be-
I'm last. Okay.
I keep rolling the same one.
It's like weighted dice.
No joke. It might be a weighted dice at this point. 4.
Don't pick up dice at Steven's house. Like apparently they always roll the same.
I always
numbers.
win. The house
Or
always
just
wins.
bet on 6, 5, 4.
There you
Yeah.
go. JC, number 1.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And then
Streaming for free on demand on Plex with ads. So
we have
if
2
you
and
need to watch it
3
right away.
for Amanda and Tyler. Oh, and Amanda hits 3, which means Tyler is 2. All right, so the order of operations will be JC, number 1, Tyler, number 2, Amanda, number 3, Steven, number 4, Gary, number 5, Nick is 6.
So that's the order then?
That is the order.
That was the order.
Okay, so you're going to have to repeat that then so I can put, or,
It is ready.
yep.
All right, JC, number 1.
Okay, so Jason.
Tyler.
Hold on. I've got a list here basically that I'm going to put into our group chat here of.
Okay.
So JC's 1, I am 2.
Tyler,
Okay.
Amanda,
Amanda is 3.
Steven,
Steven, Gary, then Nick.
that is correct.
Okay. Okay. We have our 6 movies. We have our order of our 6 movies here. Any
All right.
any final thoughts as we wrap up the podcast here?
I'm just
Where
excited.
did we
Yeah.
land on ratings? I think pretty evenly distributed between PGs and Rs, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Stranger Fiction is my PG-13 pick. Every other one was R.
Mine,
TVMA.
mine is
Just to go
technically
through-
PG, but it should not be. So
Second Lions is PG.
Well, just to go through the list for everyone, just so it is. So number 1 movie is going to be Stranger Than Fiction, then The Beastmaster, Rogers and Hammerstein, Cinderella, Primary Colors, Secondhand Lions, and Contact. And I think that that is such a smattering. Honestly, you don't get any sort of trend on that line there.
mhm.
We talked a little bit about are we going to have any standard set of questions to go through these, and we can get into the logistics of what we're going to do. But I guess I have one question for everybody. Does anyone have any thoughts on that note, like spattering of different movies, the themes that we have, anything that anybody talked about that was surprising to them about what people liked?
Honestly, the big theme that I came away with personally was that there were a lot of movies that I'm just going to have to put to the side and watch for myself because they sounded very exciting or interesting. Thank You for Smoking, Fury. There were multiple others that Gary, honest to God, you got to post your list somewhere because you had like Little Miss Sunshine. I forgot that existed.
That's a good one.
I want to watch that one. So
It is very heartfelt.
Maybe after this, everybody kind of posts their lists in the channel there, just of what you recommended and everything too. So, all right. Any other final remarks here?
I've still got 20 other movies that I didn't even bring into the honorable mention list. So
Yeah.
prepare for
Thanks.
seasons 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever, until I finally get through them.
All right. Well, then that'll do it for us here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Rewatch. Well, lady and gentlemen at the Rewatch Podcast. I'm pretty sure there's a female listener out there. She just hasn't shown up for a little while on the statistics. But thank you
Flying
all.
under the radar. Smart.
Yes.
If you have a favorite movie, listener, put it in the comments below.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. We hope you have a good one, and we'll see you back here again from when we cover Stranger Than Fiction. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
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 What?